Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I hope you're doing well. Today I want to share with you guys some tips on how you can customize your own unit and make it look as realistic as possible. I'm talking about someone asking you if this is your hair, okay? Because the hairline is gonna just look so cute and so realistic that people are gonna have to do a double take. Like, wait, like this couldn't possibly be her hair, but like it looks so realistic, you know, it looks like it's growing out of her head. So this unit is from Wiggins Hair. It's actually really stunning. I wish you guys could feel the curls. I wish you guys could see how beautiful this unit is. The curls are shiny, they're lustrous, and I'm gonna leave a direct link to this exact hair in the description box down below, so go ahead and check it out in case you want to get yourself this exact same unit. So let's go ahead and get into this video. I'm gonna first start off by showing you guys exactly what came in the box with this hair, and then we'll jump straight into customizing the unit to look this cute and this natural. Alright guys, let's go ahead and get started. This hairline actually looks quite lovely, I must say. It looks quite lovely. However, I'm definitely gonna have to tint the lace a little bit just to make it look a little bit more like my like the actual color of my scalp. So that's what we're gonna get started with. So the way I do that is really simple. I just grab my foundation, whatever foundation I have on hand, and I just literally use that to tint the lace, and it actually makes a world of a difference on the hairline. So I highly recommend doing this, especially because I don't know how to bleach my knots, by the way. It's something I want to learn, but since I don't know how to do that at the moment, this works just fine. And I put the foundation more or less all over the lace because I might want to part the wig somewhere. So wherever I part it, whether it's a mid part today, a side part tomorrow, I want to have the options. So what I found is that doing this before you cut off the lace helps because it doesn't get the hair messy. Because when you cut the lace then put the foundation can tend to actually get onto your hairline, and then you have to spend time removing that. So I recommend you do this before you cut off your lace. It will save you a lot more mess and a headache trying to remove that foundation. So that's what we have. Let me flip it over so that you guys can see the difference it makes. You see now that actually looks a lot more natural and a lot more realistic and a lot more like my actual scalp. So when I wear it, it'll look quite natural. Okay, so now I think we can go ahead and cut the lace. For that, I usually just start at the middle and work my way out. Another tip I would give you guys when it comes to customizing your wigs is try not to cut like a straight line. Not that you cut a zigzag line, but don't make your cutting so neat, because naturally our hairlines are not neat. So if you make it too perfect, then it's actually not gonna look natural, it's not gonna look realistic. So try to just the hairline already doesn't come perfect, so just try and follow that instead of trying to make like a perfect curve or just to make it look perfect, because that's not gonna be realistic. I'm gonna have to cut off a little bit here to make it fit my head, and on this side as well. So I'm gonna now go ahead and lay the wig, and then we continue with the customization process. I'm gonna use my go-to-be spray. I don't know if you guys can see how realistic the wig looks just with that foundation hack. If that's the only thing you take away from this video, it'll already be quite life-changing. So I'm gonna go ahead and set that just with the elastic band that came with the wig. This usually is much better than using a scarf, because like a scarf won't really zone in on the edges like your elastic band will. Oops. It's just tying it that can be a headache. So I'm just gonna let that set for a couple of minutes, and then we move on to the next step. Oh, looking lovely. This is looking so lovely. Okay, what I'm now gonna do is just to clean off any glue residue there might be, because sometimes some glue gets onto the hair and that ain't cute. Okay, so now we're gonna move into the next step, which is customizing the hairline. This hairline, in my opinion, looks like it had already been plucked. By plucked, I mean usually your own hairline doesn't look like, it's not full from the beginning. There's just not a lot of hair from the beginning. But what happens with wigs is that the hairline can be a bit dense, so you need to take some tweezers and take off hair to make it look as realistic as possible. This one, as you guys can see, looks pretty realistic, but I'm still gonna tweeze out some hairs. Now, a tip that I recently learned is to always first take out some hairs. You could either use them as baby hairs, or they could just be your safety net in case you overpluck, because overplucking is possible. So I'm just gonna take out just a really thin layer of hair and leave it out, and then I pluck the layer behind that. And plucking is really easy. You're literally just using your tweezers and just taking out hair, more or less. Now I'm gonna put a bit of mousse on these hairs here in front, just so that they don't get in the way. You can also just use water. That works too. Usually it's easier to do this like on your mannequin stand, but my mannequin stand is trash, and like it doesn't allow me to do this because it's not those ones that you can pin the hair on. So the hair, I twist, the whole thing falls off. So it's a no, it's a no. So now I'm just gonna take my tweezers and just quite randomly pull out hair in this next layer quite randomly. This one you just use your eyes so that you don't overdo it, but then at the same time you're still getting a hairline that's as natural as possible. Now I'm gonna do tweeze under yet another layer because it takes time before the hairline is dense, guys. Like if you look at your own natural hair, like it takes some time before your hair like becomes dense. The beginning part of your hairline ain't dense, and we're trying to make this as realistic as possible. So I'm gonna do the exact same thing. So I think you guys are getting the picture of now what that plucking does and how it goes a long way in just making your wig look realistic. So I think I'm quite happy with the hairline. Of course I'm gonna do baby hairs, but since I wanted to look natural, I'm really gonna try not to overdo the baby hairs, although I literally say that all the time. I'm just gonna say it's gonna work out. So now I'm just gonna brush out these curls. Usually when hair comes, when it's straight out of the box, the curls can be a bit tight. So if you want the hair and the curls to just look a bit more realistic, then it's important that you brush them out or you wash your wig before wearing, because you know you want your curls to look realistic. I'm trying to debate whether to use water or just to brush them out. I think I'm just gonna brush them out. In fact, even finger combing is working just fine, so I'm just gonna finger comb out the curls. Ooh, beautiful curls. They're so luscious, like they just look so nice and moisturized. I have another curly unit from Wiggins. They really kill it with their curly units. They do. I've decided to just use a brush though, just a light, not a light brush, but not like a dense brush, because I don't want to like brush out the curls completely. Stunning. Love the curls on this, and you see, like just brushing them out makes them so much more full as opposed to how they looked straight out of the box. Okay, so now the next thing I want to do is to try and make this part at the top a little bit more flat. I usually use either mousse or water. Both of them get the job done. This is now the point at which you can put a part if you want one, although you don't need to actually. You actually don't need to put a part. So I'm gonna take my mousse, but like I told you guys, water works just as well. And I'm just gonna use this to just make the wig as flat as possible, because you know the hair on your actual head is usually flat, so I really advise you to have flat cornrows under your wigs, because that's really gonna help. If you have like bulging hair under your wig, then it's not gonna lie flat. So if you have like an afro under your wig, you cannot expect it to lie flat. You need cornrows. Yeah. Now if you do a part, the area around the part, you definitely have to put water or mousse to flatten it. Because again, I'm gonna say it, when you do a part on your own hair, it's usually very flat because the hair around it isn't much. So you need to have that same energy when it comes to your wigs. Okay, now let's quickly do something with the baby hairs. I told you guys I'm not gonna overdo it. Let's see if I'll stick to my word today. I'm gonna use a bit of my got to be gel. Ooh, I think today I've actually managed to keep my baby hairs as light as possible. I've actually managed. Wow, that's a first. I think I'm gonna call that a wig install. So cute, guys. I hope you've enjoyed this video, but more than that, I really hope you've learned a few tips to be able to customize your own wig. There's no need to be taking wigs out here to the salon to get them done for you. I'm really trying to share with you guys the knowledge I have that I've learned over time on how you can customize your own unit. So a direct link to this gorgeous, soft, lustrous Wiggins hair unit is gonna be in the description box down below. You can also check out all the other units because their hair is good quality. I have one other wig from them that is still A1 up to now, despite me having had it for months. Thank you guys so much for watching. Leave your tips for customizing your wigs down below for me and for anyone else who's watching, so that we can just be out here slaying our wigs. I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.